Guys, this is Martha Hedgehog with part 3 of my August book haul, and I'm sorry that the other one cut off so abruptly. My camera ran out of space again. So yeah, picking up where I was talking about the Dinotopia books I bought this month. And so I bought book 5, which was Sabertooth Mountain by John Vornholt. And this was my favorite as a kid because I love the Sabertooth Tiger. And this was one of the few where one of the main characters actually almost died. Didn't actually die. But the book had me convinced that they were going to kill him off. And then I got book 6, Thunder Falls by Scott Siensen. I don't remember too much about this one, but I'm sure I liked it because I liked every Dinotopia book as a kid. And then finally I bought book 7, Firestorm by Jean DeWeese. And I remember even less about this one because I know, it just didn't stick in my mind, but I got it. And then I got Beyond the Grave by Jude Watson. This is book 4 in the 39 Clues series, and so I'm continuing to collect those. And also continuing to collect Nancy Drew, so I got The Secret of Shadow Ranch by Carolyn Keene, which is book 5 in the Nancy Drew series. And then I bought Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. If anyone knows how to actually pronounce the name, please leave a comment and tell me how to pronounce it, because I'd love to know. But I found this for like $2 used, so I bought it because it's a classic, and maybe one of these days I actually will read a Russian novel. We'll see. They're kind of intimidating, just a little bit. Yeah. And then, earlier in August, I bought the first 5 volumes of the Amulet graphic novel series by Kazu Kibushi. This is a middle grade graphic novel series. And yeah, so I have book 1, The Stone Keeper, and then book 2, The Stone Keeper's Curse, and book 3, The Cloud Searchers, and then book 5, The Last Council, and then book 6, Prince of the Elves. As a lot of you probably know, I'm not a fan of graphic novels. I never have been. I never really will be. I don't have anything really against them, but I don't consider them reading because you're mostly looking at pictures. Yeah, I know there's dialogue, and I know a lot of graphic novels have really good storylines, but I still don't count it as reading. But this series, it's middle grade, and the artwork I actually really like, and I still don't count it as reading. But they are a lot of fun, they are super addicting, and this author has some really, really cool characters. I'm recording, go out, please.
He just does.
But this series has some really, really, really amazing characters, and I love the characters. And the world is really weird. But it's also a lot of fun too. It's kind of steampunk. It's got some steampunk elements, and it's fantasy. It's got elves, but the elves are not traditional elves at all. They're really creepy. But it's really fun. I do have to admit, I'm actually very much addicted to the Amulet series, and I don't actually mind buying these in paperback because they're really nice in paperback. I hate paperback books. But yeah, so I've been converted over to the Amulet series. It probably won't be the only graphic novel series I'll read unless Kazu Kibushi writes more and they're like the Amulet series, then I'll read those. But yeah, so I bought some graphic novels this month. I caved. Then I bought Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. This is contemporary. This was a whim buy. It came into the shop. I read the synopsis and I was kind of like, this sounds like contemporary I'll probably like. So I got ahead and picked it up, and I cannot wait to read it. I've heard really good things about it. So, very excited about that. And then I bought The Maze Runner by James Dashner, the first book in the Maze Runner series. And now all I'm missing is The Scorched Trials, and I'll have the entire series. I bought this because this is the September read for the Young Adult Bibliobabble Book Club I am part of. We're reading this in September because the movie comes out in September and we all want to go see that. So we're reading this one, and also I just need an excuse to buy it because I love the series and I need to own it. I just have to. Next up, I have the Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver. In case you guys don't know what that consists of, it consists of Book 1, Delirium, Book 2, Pandemonium, and Book 3, Requiem. And it's a dystopian romance series. I normally wouldn't read it, but I picked it up because I'm actually meeting Lauren Oliver September 30th, and so I was like, you know what, might as well get her books. No point going to the event if I'm not going to get her books and read them. I don't necessarily have high hopes for this series, but I'm willing to give it a try and, you know, see how it goes. I'm sure I've read worse. More than likely. And in keeping with the Lauren Oliver wanting to meet her and get books signed, I also bought Panic, and I've heard mixed reviews about this, but overall I've heard that it's at least entertaining. So I am excited to read that too. I probably won't get any of her books read before I meet her, which is sad, but I'll try. Then I bought Fragments. Let's see if I can show you this. Fragments and... so bad at this. Fragments and Ruins by Dan Wells, Book 2 and 3 in the Partials series, trilogy. I do have Partials too. I bought that. If you want to see that, you go watch part 1 of this book haul, which you should have already done. I bought that one used, and I got these new because they were cheaper with my employee discount than buying them used. So yeah, I'm excited to start this series. It sounds really good, and I haven't heard a lot of hype about it, so I'm really I'm excited to read it before hype gets a hold of it and kind of ruins it for me. That seems to happen a lot. Then I bought An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. Yeah. Kind of went through a phase of buying some contemporary because the ones I've read I've actually liked mostly. And everyone's told me that if people who didn't love Looking for Alaska loved An Abundance of Catherines. And I'm going to read Looking for Alaska, but I don't think I'm going to love it. So they're like, oh, you should read this one next too. So I'm going to. And I decided to buy it because I could. I was bored. That's the excuse for this month's book haul. I was bored a lot this month. And then I also bought Game by Barry Lyga. This is the second book in the Jasper Dent trilogy. The third book comes out in September, I believe. So I went ahead and bought Game so I can marathon these two before the third one comes out. And then I bought Ophelia and the Marvelous Boy by Karen Foxley. This is a new middle grade book. Newish. I think this came out about 3 or 4 months ago. I had read an arc of it and loved it. It's just really fun and cute. So I finally decided to buy my own copy. And I'll just grab the entire stack. Getting down to the last dregs. And then I bought Bird by Crystal Chan. I also read an arc of this before it came out and actually really liked it too. This is contemporary, kind of inspirational, but I really liked it. Thought it was really good. Gave it 4 strawberries, so I bought my own copy. It's a little beat up. It's sad. And then, let's see if I can use it. And then I bought Impossible by Nancy Werland. This is the first book in the Impossible duology, and it's kind of a retelling of the Ballad Scarborough Fair, but it's like a really creepy version. And a friend recommended this to me, and so I just kind of bought it, even though I should have waited. But I'm excited to read it. It sounds good. And then, still keeping in the tradition of, hey, I'm meeting Lauren Oliver, I need to get all of her books so I can get them signed, I bought Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. Not sure if I'm going to like it, but I'm going to get it signed, so I bought it. And then I bought her 2 middle grade books, which is The Spindlers, which I didn't even know existed, but in looking up all of her books, I was like, hey, this sounds really cool, so I bought it. And then finally I bought Liesel and Poe, also by Lauren Oliver. And this was actually the only Lauren Oliver book that was ever on my to-be-read list. So I got all of her books except for the new one, but when that one comes out, I'm going to order it so I can get it signed. So I'm all ready to meet Lauren Oliver. And actually I'm all ready to meet Kazukabushi. He's actually going to be doing an event nearby September 11, and I'm going to try to talk my dad into taking me without sounding like I've converted to graphic novels. Yes. But so those are all the books I bought this month in August. I'm not even going to try to hold up a pile because clearly I can't hold them all up. Hope you guys had a great month too. And I will be seeing you with my August reading wrap-up and my September TBR. Even though I won't be blogging in September, I'm still gonna have September TBR. And I will still do a September book haul and September wrap-up. But none of the reviews will be appearing on my blog until October, which is gonna kind of throw off my Hedgie's must-reads feature on my blog, but we'll work through it. I just desperately need this break. I can't quit reading cold turkey totally, I just can't do that, but I do at least need to not feel the pressure of, okay, I gotta get this book done at this certain time. So yeah, I will see you guys with my next video. Bye.